Have you ever had a moment that changed your life? I have. That moment taught me the power of intentional impact. You see, friends, things happen for a reason. And you need to understand that things happen for a season as well. Transformation, innovation, and leadership are all intentional acts for change. And I challenge you to stop waiting for change and to start building it. You see, I know the power of intentional impact because I've lived it. July 8th, 1989, the state of Georgia versus Nelson Render. I was arrested at the age of 17. I was charged as an adult. I was lucky. I only received 3 years of probation. At that time, I felt like my world was coming down. I felt like I let a lot of people down. I let my parents down, my family down. I didn't know which way to go. During that summer, it was tough, and I knew that when I started school, it was going to be even tougher. So when school started, some of my friends walked up to me. "Hey, Nelson, I heard you got arrested. You got some street cred." Didn't make me feel good. My teachers walked up to me and said, "Nelson, I heard you got arrested. You?" Then my counselor called me to her office. And I thought, this is going to be good because she's going to give me an opportunity to kind of get this off my chest, give me some things to navigate through this. The counselor sat me down and she said, "Nelson, today, we're going to have to make sure that every senior applies for 3 colleges." I smiled, I was excited. And then she said something else that was intentional, and it deflated me. She said, "Now, I know you got arrested, and you're in trouble, you hang with those wrong people, so I don't think that you're college material. As a matter of fact, keep working at that grocery store, and eventually, you just might become a manager." I was taken aback. I didn't know what to do. I left that office, I was upset, I was angry, I felt like someone just totally disrespected me. And I thought to myself, how am I going to get through this? Because I'm the first of 7 children that's on a college track to graduate. I'm the first to be able to go to college. My grades are good. I did well. I made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake. I messed up. But I'm not a bad person. And that counselor, those words rang in my head for weeks. A few weeks later, I was in the hallway, and this person came up to me, my high school band director, Mr. Robert Kahn. He said, "Hey, homeboy." And everyone knew when Mr. Kahn said, "Hey, homeboy," that meant either you was in trouble or you was in big trouble. "Hey, homeboy, let me talk to you." Walked over to me. "Heard you got arrested. I'm going to tell you something." My head shrunk down. Looked me right in my eyes and said, "You're going to be a great band director. All you have to do is make it through college. I know you can do it." I was shook. I was like, wait a minute. Did I just get scolded and motivated all in one sentence? What just happened? Those words were what I needed right at that time. Those words were so powerful. Those words were intentional. Those words were refreshing to me. And just what I needed. It canceled out all that negative stuff that counselor and some of my teachers were talking about me. It provided me something that's called hope. And it took me to a place where I knew that I can go and be better. I had extra time in my classes, so I actually took a beginning band class as a senior. Didn't need it, but I took it because I wanted to learn another instrument. Mr. Kahn allowed me to teach band during that time along with him. I cut my chops. I learned how to be an educator right then. So I graduated from high school, went on to college, and graduated with honors. All right. And from there, I started my first career. Guess what? As a band director. And I taught for 10 years. And during that time, the words from Mr. Kahn rang out of my head over and over again. And it came to me over and over again. You can be better. You can be better than what anyone else has predicted you to be. You're going to be a great band director. And I kept those words, and I made sure that I provided that same type of energy, that same type of intentionality towards my students. I wanted to make sure that they were going to receive the best. I told them, look, it doesn't matter what happens. I don't care how many times you got in trouble, how many times you cussed somebody out. The thing is, as long as you graduate, that's worth more than all of my paychecks combined. And I need you to do it. And I took that passion, that energy. They felt that passion, that energy. And we did some great things. I'm talking about some great things. Had a great band staff. Took the band to the Tournament of Roses parade. We took the band to the Macy's parade. We represented the state of Georgia in the National Memorial Day parade. Young man from here, born into poverty. I got 2 commendations from the governor. Can y'all believe that? Way past my expectations. From there, I continued to grow in leadership. I became an assistant principal, and then I became a principal. And again, I took that same energy, those words rang in my head, you're going to be great. And I said to myself, I have to be great for these students. I have to. I was a pandemic principal, and during that time, we took the graduation rate, we rose it from 69% up to 87%. It was, thank you. It was a lot of hard work. But again, those children, they understood the energy that I gave to them because I wanted to be intentional. I wanted to make an impact on them. I kept those words in Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan said to me, I wanted to make sure that those students had the best. And I said, we're going to do something called Operation Graduation. You're going to graduate. I don't care what anyone says. You are going to graduate. Went on and learned even more in leadership and became an associate superintendent. And now I serve as a principal supervisor in an urban school district with over 21,000 students. And I'm telling you, the passion that I wake up with is because it started with the words that Mr. Khan inspired me with. So I know some of us in here, you're college students, and you say, well, I'm not planning to do that. I don't want to be an educator. I don't want to do all of those type of things. I just want to figure it out. I may be a freshman, and I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm a sophomore or junior, and I got some of it, but I'm trying to get through it. And I'm a senior. I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get out. I understand. But the thing is, you have everything that you need to be successful. You have everything you need to make an impact. And so along the way, what I've learned as a leader, and what I've learned and studied, is that there's one common thread for leadership, and that's intentionality. So today, allow me to walk you through a framework that I think that can change your mindset, that can change your work and your world. And these are action steps for intentional impact. The first action step, clearly define the problem. Okay, I get it. Some of us in college, some of us work. We understand that there's certain things happen. You have so many things on you. There's pressures of life. You don't know what's going to happen to you. And you feel like, I'm stressed. I'm just stressed. But that's just vague. You have to clearly define the problem. You have to say, I'm stressed because I got 5 more papers to do. I got to finish up this other paper. And my professor turned it around and said, oh my goodness, that was okay, but you need to do it over. Clearly define the problem. When you do that, you get to a point of making sure that you can make a change and start an impact. You see, Charles Kettering says, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. And there's a poem that says, when you're up against a trouble, meet it squarely, face to face, by Edgar Guest. It's called See It Through. Clearly define the problem and you can make it, because if you can name it, you can frame it, and then you can change it. Secondly, you want to make sure that you build strong systems. Let's take a second right now, and let's think about something that happened a while back. We see all these light bulbs in here, but guess what? There was an inventor, an African-American inventor by the name of Lewis Latimer. He didn't create the light bulb, but he did make the light bulb more accessible and durable. He built a strong system for us to go to the light switch, turn it on, and say, let there be light. make sure you understand, in order to get to the point of intentionality, build a strong system. So if you will, entertain me for a second. Let's practice building a strong system. Let's take it for the college students that's in the room. College students, I know some of you like to address and like to navigate towards the one word. It's called the P word. That P word is procrastination, so I'm not sure what you was thinking about, okay? But let's build a system around procrastination real quick, okay? So what you want to do is think about the very first step. Some of us get to the point we say we're going to go ahead and get to work and get started on this assignment. But what you don't do is you don't sit down and think and write down the very first action step. That's what you need to do. It's just like driving in a car. Do you get in your car and just start driving and then say, okay, now I need to find out where I'm going? No, what you do is you put the address into the navigation system, into the GPS, and then you try to figure out from there where I'm going. So that way you can navigate through that traffic successfully and reach your destination. Next thing is, make sure, another system that you can utilize is to make sure that you protect your time. Have some protected time blocks. For example, if you get up and say, well, today I'm going to study, you're excited. But then someone calls you and say, you know, there's something happening over here on campus. You want to see it. Oh, I'll study later. Then someone sends you a video, and now you're stuck for 2 hours watching that video. You know how it is. Oh, I'll study later. And then someone says, it's a party tonight. You've got to go to the party. I'll study tomorrow. No. What you got to do to make sure that you're intentional about making sure to get to that point is protect your time. For example, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to study for 45 minutes, and I'm going to make sure that during that time, nothing's going to bother me. I'll put my phone over here, I'm going to study, and I'm going to protect my time. That's building a system. Another system that you can utilize is having an accountability buddy. How many of you guys believe that there's power in numbers? Yeah? So make sure that you have someone that you can have a conversation with. That assignment that's due on Friday, have a conversation about it with someone and say, look, let's talk about it. In the middle of the week, let's check in with each other. Let's text each other. By the end of the week, before you turn it in, say, look, accountability buddy, can you do me a favor? And can you give me some feedback? I'll give you some feedback as well. And when you do that, now you've built a system on top of a system on top of a system, which can be an ecosystem. And that system starts to work together, and now you beat procrastination. And if you can beat procrastination, then guess what? You can build a system to build your own business. You can build a system to start your own nonprofit. Build a strong system, because I believe that procrastination, it's just not something that's innate. I believe that procrastination is a systems failure. And if we can rise to the level of our goals, we can also fall to the level of our strong systems. And the third thing, measure the right outcomes. Okay, so college students, you turn that paper in, you got an A, good job. Can you do it again? How do you know that you got an A? Was it deliberate or were you fortunate? You want to make sure that you measure the right outcomes. So what you do is you start to track the data. Did you actually start, like you say, did you protect your time? Like you say, you said you want to protect your time. Did you actually have an accountability buddy? And did you check in on those times? Track that down, write it down, and make sure that you're not going to just get an A the first time. You get another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Let me break it down to you in layman's terms. Did you do what you said you was going to do? And if you did, can you do it again? That's what you want to do when it comes down to measuring the right outcomes. Let me take you back in time just for a second. Once again, 17-year-old Nelson Render in the hallway, distraught, upset, and feeling like, I don't know what's going to happen to me in the future. But that conversation changed my trajectory. That conversation helped me get to the point of where I know I can be intentional and have an impact. Mr. Khan, what he did, he made sure that he helped me navigate through Mr. Khan made sure that he measured the right outcomes as well, because it wasn't about my grade in that class. It was about my growth. And my growth, because I got a chance to become a band director before I became a band director, my growth helped me to navigate through where I am right now. So he looked past my charges, and he charged me to be excellent and intentional. So I'm charging you, no matter what people say about you, make sure that you say, I know who I am, and I'm empowered to go and be successful. Be the best version of yourself. Be the best you that you can be, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't be that. Have someone that you can trust, have someone that you can talk to, and make sure that you are intentional. And I charge you to be intentionally excellent every single day. Thank you for your time.